汇集天下大事，聚焦华人热点。西雅图中文电台网络电视。
We're going to have a very successful candidate campaign in JD, in Jingdong Yu. And I've known Jingdong for quite a while, a few years. In fact, we're neighbors in South Bellevue. And he has been very active, always interested, and he's always been engaged in the community, like Somerset Community Association. And he just doesn't talk about it, he actually does something. He committed to join the association, work on the neighborhood, whatever committee that was, I don't remember, it's the CRC, Community Covenant Committee. See, I don't even remember what those terms, but that just shows that he is really involved. I was just testing him actually to see if he knows. Anyway, but he's a great person. The key doesn't really matter that much what you want to get accomplished, but he is a good person. He believes sincerely that he has to contribute to the society, to community he lives in. And he lives in a community and in Bellevue. What Bellevue really stands for is community engagement. It's we who live in Bellevue. We believe it's so important that we are committed to the betterment of everyone, our community, our people, more so our future generations. Doesn't matter who they are. People, when I first ran for council 20-some years ago, the community has last 10% minority. Right now, we are a minority majority city. That means over 50% of us live in Somerset are minority. So we are all minority, basically. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we all live there. We all share the same goals, same experience, and same aspirations for the future. So I think why he brought JD brought to Bellevue is continuing this interest and this desire, this aspiration to engage the community, work together across culture, across diversity, working toward the same goal, which we all share. And we need to do that starting at the local citizen level, but ultimately we'll end up at the city council, because city makes policies, whether you like it or not, whether you're in business or you're not in business, whether you are raising kids or you're doing whatever, maybe you're a new immigrant. Every city policy affect your life, affect my life, from little things to big things. Little things, well, if there's somebody blocking your view in front of your house, that's a little thing. That's your personal thing. But if somebody who's going to put a homeless shelter in your neighborhood, that's going to affect the whole city, affect how we live our lives, affect our safety. That's a big deal. That affects across the board and has many generations, effect to come. So I think these are big things, like public safety, stuff like that. So I think it's important we have people who can be engaged, who brings the perspective that we have to share, we have to understand the knowledge, the background. Then we have to be able to communicate. The only way to do that is engage and then communicate. And so I think we need to constantly bring new ideas, new people to the table. And I believe JD can do that. And he represents.
I don't know JD that well, but as someone smarter than me once said, I know somebody by the friends you keep. Conrad Lee, someone who I respect tremendously, has been a mentor to me, likes JD, likes what he represents. Neighborhood leaders that I see standing sitting next to me here, be it Stephanie Walter and Heidi Dean and Jackie and Julie and Don Marsh, these are also people that I respect and like and know and supported me during my run. And when I did get a chance to sit down with JD, I found out that we have a lot of similar traits. We're both immigrants to this country, different parts of the world. I came to the United States through the Netherlands via Canada, so maybe not as exotic, but still, I'm a first-generation American and love this country. And I believe we both share that value of giving back to our community, and public safety, and protecting neighborhoods. These are the kind of things that JD stands for, that I ran on as well. And believe me when I tell you, I think JD has a type of courage that when those tough votes come before the Bellevue City Council, he's going to vote the right way. I think that's something that's very important to know, because during campaigns, people say a lot of things and they tell you what you want to hear. But when it comes down to those hard votes, that's when we really find out the make of a man. And JD, I think you're the kind of individual that's going to vote during those, and vote the right way during those tough votes.
竞选议员，这个我们德高望重的理事长也是我的老朋友。大家可能还不知道，我这要说两句。理事长他为我们西雅图做了很多，这个Bellevue市包括争取华人的权益做了很多有益的工作。尽管年岁这个身体他是尽了全力了，但是他需要一个接班人，这个最好的接班人，这个就是俞敬东啊。Okay, my good friend is currently he is best mayor and city council, but she need somebody continue, young people continue. The Yu Jingdong is best, is friendly, is kind, is hard work, and she want to present his smart, his mind, his physical for service to everybody. Now I talk a little bit my friend Carly. Carly, 他是大家你们可能不知道啊，他是我的老朋友，他是抗战英雄的后代，他的父亲李培龙，对吗？李培龙，他的父亲是跟随这个龙云将军，在抗战，在这个为抗日战争的时候啊，打开了这个滇缅公路，啊，这个是个功臣，但是呢，他很低调，没人能知道他。我现在给大家再介绍一下。Currently, his father is the hero of the 7 years ago army. See, in this time, American people and the Chinese people were fighting the Japanese invasion to China. We're fighting together. We hands by hands to win the war, the second war. Currently, father with some very famous army to make a very good work. Now, thank you, Carly. Thank you for everybody come who make selection. Yu Jingdong.
Party with this many people in it. So you're ahead. So I need to catch up, and I need your help. Bellevue is an amazing city, and we all chose to be there for a reason. Some of us have been there a long time, some of us have been there a short time, some of us have been there, left, and come back a couple of times. But it's an amazing place, and we have so much to be proud of and so much to protect. And in doing that, we need insightful leaders who understand the values of our residents. Closer, further. Further? Okay. The values of our residents, the principles that we hold, principles shown in Conrad Lee and Jared Neuenhouse and another council member who's not here, Jennifer Robertson. There are values that we hold. We want good things for our families. We want good things for our neighbors, and we want to be good neighbors to others. We want to keep our parks and open spaces pristine. We want to make sure that they can be enjoyed by everyone equally. We want to make sure our transportation gets moving using every bit of technology we have at our fingertips. But most
my friend Dr. Wang and Stephanie, for your encouragement and your kind words. Also, I would like to thank my campaign team and volunteers for their great work to put this event together. Please give them a applause. Thank you so much. Well, 2 years ago, two of my friends, whose name Don Marsh and Steve Aldenell, they came to talk to me, encourage me to run for the city council 2 years ago. And I was surprised. I was not prepared at all. And I say in my mind, you want me to become a politician? I am an engineer. No, politician is not for me. And I was really not ready and not prepared, so I didn't proceed. Fast forward, 2 months ago, another friend of mine call me, say, hey, Jingdong, you need to run for Bellevue City Council because we have seen our people's voice got lost in some very important issues. I was still not ready, but I thought about that very seriously. And I talked to my wife and family, and also my friends that I can trust and respect. So the conclusion, well, life will never be ready. When I married my wife, we were not ready. Because we only knew each other for 2 months. When we have our first baby, we were not ready. But it just happened. So, what the heck, let's just do it. So, life never be ready. Here I am. Thank you. So, I would like to share with you about me, 4W. Who is JD? Why JD runs? Why vote for JD? And what JD is going to do for Bellevue? I'm JD. I came to the United States in 1998 to come here study in State University of New York at Buffalo for my master's degree in electrical engineering. I borrowed $10,000 from my older sisters just to pay the tuition. But I worked hard. I graduated successfully in just 1 year. And I got a job of assistant engineer in Commerce Technology, who was the largest voicemail provider in the wireless industry. In 2006, I joined T-Mobile as assistant architect. Until now, I'm a principal engineer. So I'm a technical guy. I believe technology can improve our life, improve our society. So now I came here, not only I feel that I need to work to support the family, but I feel that the social responsibility is important. So in 2016, I applied and was appointed by the Bellevue City Mayor, Brad Miyake, as a member of BDAN, which is a Bellevue Diversity Advisory Network. And for my personal life, I married my wife, and I have 2 children who were born in the Overlay Hospital in Bellevue. My son Aiden is 13 years old. He's currently in Tai Middle School. His dream is to become a Seahawks player. Yeah! And my daughter, 10 years old, Alina, she's enjoying 5th grade last year in the Somerset Elementary School. Yeah, that's about me. So why I'm running? I moved from New York to Seattle in 2000. I rent an apartment in 145th place in Lake Hills neighborhood. In the past 20 years, so I have seen the changes of Bellevue, big changes, and so has been myself has changed a lot. So I love Bellevue. Bellevue is the land of my American dream. So as an immigrant, I feel that running for council is an important way to give back and serve our community and city. So as I will also want to make sure our people's voice are heard, and I will make sure that the issues will be processed and be handled properly. So why people should vote for JD? I have 3 reasons. 1, I put the neighborhoods first. Thank you. I've been serving in the Somerset Community Association for 3 years and been a covenant review committee for 3 years. So I know what our neighbor needs and wants. So, and secondly, I listen carefully. I know how important the lesson is. It's not just hear the words, but also I listen to people's heart. So as a next Bellevue City Council, I will make sure that I will listen carefully and highly value people's voice. Thank you. And the third reason, I'm accountable, I'm trustworthy. I hope that you can hear this from my friends and who have worked with me, because I am willing to take responsibility. Those people who have I work with will know that I won't let you down. I will make sure that you can count on me to make sure that our Bellevue goes our Bellevue way, the right way. Thank you. Now, what JD is going to do for Bellevue? I have 4 priorities. Number 1, neighborhood safety. Thank you. Neighborhood safety. I fully support our police officer to enforce the law. And I want to also enhance our public safety education. Also, I want to make sure that all the people in Bellevue, resident or non-resident, we are going to obey the same law. We don't allow drugs. We don't tolerate crime. We will make our city best and the safest city. Next, I have a priority of a 5G smart city. I'm an assistant architect in T-Mobile. T-Mobile is now pushing the 5G technology. And 5G technology can make Bellevue very smart, become a smart city. And we have a smarter transportation, and we have a smarter public safety, and we have a smarter utility. I believe this 5G can help our city connect together to dramatically improve the quality of life and the safety of our environment. Thank you. Next priority, inclusive environment for diversity. Because diversity is Bellevue's character, and inclusion is Bellevue's attitude. We have a diversity people and people coming from different background, culture, economic, social background, but Bellevue welcome the world. Diversity is our strength, and we want to have the environment, make sure all the people living in the Bellevue has a sense of belonging, has a sense of ownership, that not only we enjoy the Bellevue, what Bellevue provide to us, but also we will give back and contribute. Together we can make Bellevue a much better place to live. Last but not least, I want to make sure we wisely use of taxpayers' money. I want to keep our tax low. I want to prioritize our investment. We have so many things we need to do, but we cannot do everything. So we have to prioritize those most important things to Bellevue, to our neighborhoods. And when we do the project, we want to make sure that the benefit we coming out from the project will be larger than the cost. That's a common sense and very basic. So we make sure we put the money in and we can bring more benefit for our cities. So that's my priority. In conclusion, that I do not take this election lightly. I have a deep faith in the people of Bellevue, and I'm very grateful to have this opportunity to serve Bellevue, and you can count on me. JDU is for you. Thank you very much.
Jingdong, I know him for a couple of years. Actually, he's prepared. He's really humble. He's not prepared. He told me 3 years ago, I asked him, I say, what's your goal? He said, I want to campaign for the city council member. And in the 3 years, he prepared. He get into the position, start from the scratch for the community member first, but also he volunteered in the city council. So I think he's prepared. I'm really excited about first generation of immigrants to step out and to run the city council member to do public service. It's not easy. I know I'm first generation immigrant. I'm running my small business. It's not easy. So with that, we should give him a big applause. He has the courage. He has what a sacrifice in your family life. You serve public service, you probably have to sacrifice something, and he also has the wit